Good evening and a very warm welcome to everyone. I, Poonam Wagmare, welcome you. Now, it is my privilege to introduce the guest speaker for today's session. Ma'am, may I have the permission to begin the session? Young Indians is an initiative of the Confederation of the Indian Industry, that is CII, to create a platform for young Indians to realize the dreams of a developed nation, to participate in and contribute by becoming an integral part of the Indian growth story. With a vision to influence, inspire, and motivate millions of students across the country who are the pillars of India's progression, Young Indians started its Yuva platform, through which it envisions connecting students to the community, the corporate CEOs, and the country at large, working towards a movement for nation building. The guest speaker for today's session is a hypnotherapist practicing in the field since last 12 years. With the mission to support people in finding their inner peace, physically, emotionally, and psychologically, ma'am helps individuals to build their confidence in mind and body, enhancing their mental clarity. Currently, ma'am is the Vice Chairperson of Women Entrepreneurs Development Council, Maharashtra, and CEO at KDC Enterprise. Here to discuss why EQ is more important than IQ, please welcome Dr. Deepti Patil.
Hello. A very good afternoon to everyone. And I'm very happy to see the strength, because after a long time, this pandemic has everybody working from home, online classes. It's really feeling very happy today to see so many of you all, because many institutions I keep on visiting, hardly I can see any students. A very big thank to you all, and let us clap for yourself. Come on. And I would also like to thank the institution for giving me this opportunity. Let us start today's session. Before that, I would like to ask everyone, what are your expectations from this lecture? You can just raise your hands and just let me know what are you all expecting about EI or anything else you all have in your mind, so that I can drive the session accordingly. Anybody could, it should be an interactive session, otherwise I'll keep on speaking. It's a post-lunch lecture, and even I was a student, I know all the things. So let us make it more interactive so that it will be interesting for you all also, interesting for me also. So what are your expectations from this session? Anybody could answer. Yeah, please.
Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Pradeep Roy. I'm from Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh. Ma'am, my expectations, clearance in thought of mind.
Is?
Clearance in thoughts.
Clearance in thoughts.
Yes,
very good. Great.
Thank
Anybody
you,
else? Great. Thank you so much. Anybody else who is expecting?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah.
Mohit this side.
Great.
How we can handle our emotions?
Very good. How can we handle our emotions? Very nice. This you are expecting, because this is the first step to increase your emotional intelligence. I want to know how to handle my emotions. Very good. Anybody else? Please sit down. Yeah.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I'm Srishti Vamne, and I expect that how my emotions can be my support in my career.
Great. How emotions can support your career. Very good. Great. Anybody else? We don't have a board over here, no, to write something. We have a board. We can just note down what we are expecting, and after the lecture, y'all can like just have a tick on it that we have covered this topic. So even y'all will come to know, even I will be coming to know like whether I have covered the topics which y'all are expecting or not. Y'all can just, volunteers can come and note down your points over here. कभी सीखा है लाइफ में व्हाट इज़ इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस? जब स्कूल में थे, फ्रॉम योर नर्सरी, प्ले ग्रुप नर्सरी, फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड, सेकेंड स्टैंडर्ड, कभी सीखा है इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस? व्हाट इज़ इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस? कभी किसी ने सिखाया है? नेवर, वी हैवंट लर्नड. Today, emotional intelligence has become a very important part of our life which we need to concentrate on, because without a good emotional intelligence you cannot become successful. That's why I'm asking y'all, whatever y'all are expecting from this lectures, please note the points. Those who have said, please just note it down. Point number 1, 2, 3, whatever y'all are expecting, please make a note of it. Very good. Clearance of thought. It should be an interactive sessions. I want you all to please react. Okay, please participate into the conversation. Yeah.
Good evening. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
I'm Mansi Bahide from Nagpur, and from this session I personally would like to know that how to keep one's morale up when you are in a situation where you have no way to go.
Okay, how to keep the morals
Up.
Very good, very good. Anybody else? Yes. Great, thank you so much.
Good evening, ma'am. My name is Komal Tiwari and I am from Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh. So my question to you is how to be more practical over emotional.
How to be more practical over emotional. Very good. I'll tell you the difference between being emotional and what is emotional intelligence. We'll come to this topic. Anything else? Anything else? Or that's it? Okay, here we have one more question.
I think we can learn how to stay motivated in this session.
Yeah, how to stay motivated. Very good. Yeah. Great. Y'all know, at least y'all are thinking on it. That means this is the first step towards your emotional intelligence. I'll be telling y'all. Great. Okay, now I want few volunteers to answer few questions which are a general question. It's not related to your academics or nothing. Just don't take tension. All your books, pens, everything, just close it and be active. I just want active student, nothing to write. Okay? Just be active. Active listeners, proactive listeners I want. Okay. Who is ready for the first question? I will ask the first question. Yes, somebody, yes, please stand. Yeah, my question to you is, what do you like doing in your spare time?
Listening to music.
May I know why?
Because it deviates me from what it deviates me from thinking something bad during my free time.
It makes you happy, simple,
Yeah.
Right? It makes you happy. Everybody wants to be happy. Great, very good. For next question, please. Yeah. Anybody, those who haven't answered.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you please tell me something about your annoying habits? which you would like to change? See, nobody's here to judge you all. You know, everybody has some positive and negative points. We are not here to judge anyone. Something which you would like to really change
Yes, ma'am.
in yourself.
Like, cleaning of my room and cupboard.
Great. You need, that means you are expecting organization. You mean,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, you need to
Organized.
be more
Be
organized. Very good, very good, very good. Why? Because things should get simplified. You know, it should, you know, organize. Why we need organization? सारी चीज़ें टाइम पे मिलनी चाहिए, टाइम मैनेजमेंट इसके पीछे. ओके ओके, नेक्स्ट. या now for this you'll have to go in your past and please tell me something about have you been ever bullied in your childhood?
Yes. Yes.
Could you please tell me in a short?
Well, it was something like name calling or like commenting on the way I am because I was quiet.
Okay.
So people would say, "Why are you so quiet?" And they
Did
would
that
call me.
incident affect you?
Yes, it did.
Did anybody like gave you a few counseling sessions on it? Did anybody take care of that incident?
Not counseling exactly, but I opened up.
Any
to
mental support or anything which was like some guidance or some action on that?
I spoke to my parents about it, and they were quite understanding. And then I eventually grew out of it when school ended.
Okay, but you still remember it?
I remember it, but I am no longer affected by it.
Great, very good, very good. You know, these questions are closely related to your emotional intelligence. Okay? Next volunteer I want. Please stand up very quick. Yeah. Now this is a very interesting question. हर एक को लगेगा अरे मैं शायद खड़ा हो जाता या खड़ा हो जाती तो अच्छा होता. Okay. Who is your celebrity crush and why? Interesting, no? Interesting? Yes? काश ये सवाल मुझे पूछा जाता. Right? Yes, please. You want to pass on this question to someone else?
No, ma'am.
नहीं करना है pass on. He doesn't want to pass on. Very
Ma'am,
good. Yes.
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, you have
Still.
to say something about her. Why you like her?
Well, the first movie I saw of hers was Maleficent, and I've never seen a woman so beautiful looking like a devil. So, yes, I have a crush on her.
Great. Could you tell something like what emotions are there behind this? Very good. Yes?
I won't
You
deny.
would like to? See, everything in our life, you know, we have many role models in our life. You know, there is not a single role model. जब छोटे होते हैं तो हमको लगता है like girls will always say I want to be like my father, isn't it? Every girl wishes, no? मुझे मेरे पापा के जैसे बनना है. Every girl's wish. Typically this happens in case of girls. And you know, when you are growing, when you are like, when you meet, when you are exposed to the world, slowly you come into contact with different people, different experts from different fields, and then many role models keeps coming in your life. फिर आपको लगता है नहीं ये अच्छा है. Why you like someone? क्यों अच्छा लगता है कोई किसी की personality? Why you? Because you know, somewhere subconsciously you want to be like that person. It's nothing about the gender. Just forget about it. ऐसे कुछ नहीं है कि like somebody likes women so he wish to be like that. It's not like that. Okay? It's all related to her or his qualities. We like to become, you know why? See, fame, that fame is also like everybody feels, no? कोई अगर photo खींचने आता है या कोई signature या autograph, जब when signature becomes your autograph, it's a nice thing, no? You enjoy. You feel better from inside. Very good. Thank you so much.
You, ma'am.
Anybody else? Next participant, please. Yeah, thank you so much. Which is the last book you read? या पढ़ा ही नहीं है.
A book on IPS Manoj Kumar Pandey, 12th fail.
12th fail.
Yes.
Could you just tell me the morals of what you have learned from that book?
Ma'am, I have
Why you
learned
read and what you felt after reading that book?
that I have learned how a boy from a small village from a Madhya Pradesh, and he was failed in 12th. After that, he attempted UPSC and cracked in his last attempt and became an IPS officer.
Great. So it inspired you.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So every time when we are learning, when we are reading, when we are our sensory organs are working, it's all affecting our emotions. Okay. Emotions plays a very, very important role in our life. Okay. Now, let us start with our actual topic. My question is to everyone now. Have you ever heard the story of Kalpavriksha? एक ऐसा पेड़ जो हर इच्छा पूरी करता है. सुना है कभी किसी ने बचपन में दादी से या नानी से या पेरेंट्स से? हैव यू ऑल एवर हर्ड अबाउट द स्टोरी? वेरी गुड. चलो कम से कम स्टोरीज तो सुनी है. वेरी गुड. सो आई विल लिटिल बिट ब्रीफ अबाउट द स्टोरी एंड लेट अस सी हाउ इट इज रिलेटेड टू योर इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस. It's a story of very ancient old days when there were no vehicles. People used to go walking from one place to other place. तो एक ऐसे ही बंदा था, चल के जा रहा था, बहुत सारी धूप थी. He was so tired, exhausted. After some time, he saw a big tree, huge branches. तो उसको लगा चलो पेड़ के नीचे बैठ जाता हूँ थोड़ी देर के लिए, कम से कम शैडो में बैठूंगा तो थोड़ा ठंडा लगेगा, बिकॉज इट वॉज टू हॉट टू सनी. पेड़ के नीचे बैठ गया. आफ्टर दैट ही थॉट काश मुझे बहुत ठंडा पानी मिल जाए. तो वहाँ पे पानी आ गया ठंडा. ही जस्ट ड्रैंक द वाटर. ही वॉज कूल, नाइस, उसको अच्छा लगा. आफ्टर सम टाइम ही फेल्ट अरे पेट में तो बहुत चूहे दौड़ रहे, थोड़ा खाना मिल जाएगा तो बहुत अच्छा होगा. फिर खाना भी क्या, जो कुछ उसके माइंड में था, ही वॉज थिंकिंग एंड एवरीथिंग वॉज अपियरिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ हिम. सो ही वॉज मोर हैप्पी. चलो खाना आ गया, खाना खा लिया. खाना खाने के बाद क्या होता है? नींद आती है. वेरी गुड. तो नींद आती है तो क्या चाहिए? बिस्तर चाहिए, बहुत अच्छा सॉफ्ट वाला. तो ही वॉज थिंकिंग अगर मुझे यहाँ लेटने के लिए बहुत अच्छा एक मैट्रेस लग जाए तो कितना अच्छा होगा. तो मैट्रेस भी आ गया, आराम से बेड पे लेट गया. पानी पी के हो गया है, खाना खा के हो गया है, बेड पे लेट रहा है, नींद नहीं आ रही है. सोचने लगा यहाँ कोई भूत वूत तो नहीं है. तो क्या हो गया? भूत आ गया. भूत आने के बाद लगा अगर ये भूत ने मुझे खा लिया तो क्या होगा. तो भूत ने उसको खा लिया. तो जस्ट फॉरगेट अबाउट दिस. ये स्टोरी तो आपने कई बार बचपन में सुनी होगी, बट यू नो आप लोगों ने कभी ये कल्पवृक्ष देखा है? हैव यू ऑल एवर सीन दिस ट्री? एवरीबडी हैज सीन. I'll say it's in yourself, your mind. Your mind is that kalpavruksha. Whatever you think happens. Okay, you need to channelize the things properly. कैसे होगा, क्या करना है? I'll tell you one more story regarding this. Mind आपको you should know study about your mind. आपको पता होना चाहिए mind is a very very powerful thing. जो मन में आप अच्छे विचार करोगे, the good things will happen. If you'll think bad or negative, all negative things will happen. You all must have experienced also in your life. ऐसे कभी हुआ है एग्जाम हॉल में गए और फिर बाद में इतना पहले टेंशन था, अरे इतना पढ़ा है लेकिन क्या होगा पता नहीं, क्या होगा पता नहीं. एग्जाम हॉल में जाने के बाद अरे ये नहीं आ रहा है, वो नहीं आ रहा है, लेकिन बाहर जाने के बाद मुझे तो ये सब आ रहा था लेकिन मैंने कुछ अटेम्प्ट नहीं किया. ऐसे हुआ है कभी किसी के साथ? बिकॉज ऑफ दैट एग्जाम fear, phobia, tension, anxiety, So you should know what is the power of the mind. I'll tell you one story regarding this. एक डॉक्टर थे, very successful doctor, very successful and very famous doctor. जहाँ पे वो डॉक्टर रहते थे, जिस सिटी में, everybody was knowing him. People used to किसी को भी कुछ हुआ तो they'll go to that doctor. उनका अपॉइंटमेंट मिलना भी बहुत मुश्किल था. तो सोचो हाउ बिजी ही मस्ट बी. डॉक्टर का काम क्या था? रोज घर से उठना, क्लिनिक जाना, पेशेंट्स देखना, घर आना. ही वॉज नॉट गेटिंग एनी पर्सनल टाइम. बहुत दिनों के बाद डॉक्टर ने डिसाइड किया, चलो आज कुछ भी कुछ खुद के लिए टाइम निकालना है. एंड डॉक्टर्स वाइफ, आप तो अभी स्टूडेंट्स हो, लेकिन आई डोंट नो हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू ऑल हैव डॉक्टर पेरेंट्स और रिलेटिव्स और फ्रेंड सर्कल्स में. You must have seen people working in emergency are like 24/7, you know, into that. कभी भी emergency call आता है, they have to run because they need to save the life. So it's that emergency. तो बहुत दिनों के बाद टाइम निकाला. डॉक्टर साहब अपनी वाइफ के साथ आराम से एक थिएटर में, मल्टीप्लेक्स में टिकट निकाल के मूवी देखने गए. डॉक्टर वॉज वेरी हैप्पी. इवन वाइफ वॉज हैप्पी. वाइफ ऑल्सो नोज माई हस्बैंड इज अ वेरी फेमस डॉक्टर. एंड शी वॉज वेरी हैप्पी बिकॉज इतने फेमस होके, इतने बिजी होके आज टाइम निकाल के मेरे साथ मूवी देखने के लिए आए हैं. दोनों गए मूवी देखने. मूवी शुरू हो गई. बोथ वर एन्जॉइंग. मूवी थोड़ी होने के बाद, थोड़ी देर के बाद, अंधेरा था पूरा. डॉक्टर साहब के वाइफ ने कहा, सुनो मुझे ना बहुत पेट में दर्द हो रहा है, चलो घर जाते हैं. एंड डॉक्टर को इतना इंटरेस्ट आ गया था मूवी में, तो उनको घर जाने की इच्छा बिल्कुल नहीं थी. उनको तो मूवी पूरी देखनी थी. ही वॉज नॉट रेडी टू गो होम. तो डॉक्टर ने वाइफ को कहा, थोड़ी देर देखो, कुछ नहीं, जल्दी जल्दी में आए हैं, हो जाएगा ठीक, थोड़ा सहन कर लो, कुछ नहीं होता है. थोड़ी देर बाद वापस, नहीं मुझे बिल्कुल ठीक नहीं लग रहा, घर जाते, आई एम फीलिंग लाइक प्यूकिंग, इमीडिएटली वी नीड टू रन. तो डॉक्टर ने बोला, रुको मेरे पास कुछ टैबलेट होगी, बिकॉज बीइंग अ डॉक्टर ही हैज़ ऑल इमरजेंसी ड्रग्स, नो. तो डॉक्टर ने अपने जेब में हाथ डाल के एक टैबलेट वाइफ को दे दी और कहा कि ये स्वॉलो करो, तुमको अच्छा लगेगा. वाइफ ने टैबलेट ली, मुंह में डाली. थोड़ी देर बाद धीरे धीरे जैसे वो टैबलेट का असर होने लगा, शी स्टार्टेड फीलिंग better. Although salivation, puking sensation, you know, vertigo and typically when stomach upset is there, थोड़ा थोड़ा कम होने लगा. मूवी पूरी दोनों ने, हस्बैंड वाइफ ने एन्जॉय कर ली. अरे बहुत अच्छी मूवी है, मस्त लग रहा है. काफ़ी दिनों के बाद आए, एन्जॉय कर रहे थे. मूवी ख़त्म होने के बाद दोनों हस्बैंड वाइफ थिएटर से बाहर निकले. बाहर निकलने के बाद काफ़ी देर बाद डॉक्टर साहब को याद आ गया, अरे वाइफ के पेट में तो दर्द था. तो पूछा, अरे तुम्हारे पेट में दर्द था? हाँ दर्द था, लेकिन अब कैसा है? हाँ बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ. कैसे? आपने वो दवाई दी थी ना, बोला ये चबा लो अच्छा लगेगा, तो खा ली तुमने? हाँ तो अच्छा लग रहा है? हाँ ठीक लग रहा है. तो पूरी खा ली? नहीं नहीं अभी भी चबा रही हूँ. तो डॉक्टर साहब ने बोला, अरे मैंने तो कौन सी दवाई दी, मुझे खुद याद नहीं है, शायद कलर, साइज़ या कैसी है देखकर पता चल जाएगा कि मैंने कौन सी टैबलेट दी थी. तो वाइफ को बोला, ज़रा मुंह से निकाल के दे, लेट मी सी व्हाट हैव गिवन टू यू. तो वाइफ ने वो टैबलेट निकाल के डॉक्टर साहब के हाथ में दी. तो इट वॉज द बटन ऑफ हिज कोट. तो माई सी what I want to tell you is this the effect of the tablet? Then could anybody explain? It was a placebo, but what was it? It was the power of the mind, the power of positive suggestions, because the wife knows my husband is a successful doctor, a healer. Whatever he will give me will make me feel better. आप में से मैं कई लोगों को पूछना, like when many students I would like to ask you, how many of you all really complete the dose of medicine what doctor has given? सच में खाते हो? पूरा कोर्स कंप्लीट करते हो? हार्डली 1 2 3 4, नॉट इवन 10 स्टूडेंट्स आई कैन फाइंड. कई बार क्या होता है, डॉक्टर के पास जाते हो, एक हाथ दूसरा टैबलेट खा लेते हो, एंड देन होल पैकेट इज लाइंग. हर एक को मैं ये पूछूंगी, यू ओपन योर ड्रॉर्स एंड सी, हर एक के ड्रॉर में मेडिसिन के पैकेट जरूर होंगे जो फिनिश नहीं किए हैं. एक्स्ट्रा तो इतना कोई लाके नहीं रखता है, बट मैनी एंटीबायोटिक्स आप अगर ढूंढोगे तो मिलोगे. बट यू नो दैट पॉजिटिविटी इन योर माइंड, मैं अपने डॉक्टर के पास जाऊंगी तो मुझे ज़रूर अच्छा लगेगा. सो दिस इज द पावर ऑफ माइंड, यू नो. एंड this, emotional intelligence क्यों इतना important है? Why today's topic is, can we close off the lights please? So why emotional intelligence is 4 times more important than IQ? आपको पता है what is IQ? किसी को पता है थोड़ा बहुत IQ कभी सुना है? What is IQ and what is EQ? EQ तो चलो emotional intelligence या emotional quotient, something which counts your emotion. And what is IQ? Something which counts your intelligence level. हमने बचपन से आज तक यही सुना है, पेरेंट्स, टीचर्स, एवरीवन, बेटा पढ़ो पढ़ो पढ़ो, वर्क हार्ड, ओके, वर्क हार्ड, वर्क सिंसियरली. कभी किसी ने कहा है स्टडी पीसफुली, स्टडी जॉयफुली? क्यों नहीं हो सकता है? वाई वर्क हार्ड? You can work peacefully, you can work joyfully, you can study peacefully. So these are the positive suggestions actually we should convert ourselves. Why I'm telling you all? Because now you all are not into graduation. This is the PG class, no? Right? You all are PG students. So this is not a graduation class. You all are now into a professional course. You need to think professionally because many of you all are going to become successful leaders, entrepreneurs. Okay? Many of you all are going to work on a good position where you need to become a role model first of all for others. If you change yourself, then you can change others. Then you can expect the change from other people, whoever is working with you, your team. Okay? So, this soft skill, emotional intelligence comes under soft skill. You must have heard from your teachers also, many times your professors also keep telling you all, why we want physically. After coming, when I saw so much strength, this soft skill cannot be taught from the webinars or from the online lectures. It becomes very difficult. You need to be physically present. You need to be physically connected. Then only we can make some changes into it. One more important thing I would like to tell you all is IQ is the intelligent quotient. Can we move to the next slide? Yeah, that's. Can somebody read? Please. Any volunteer can read it. Yeah, please. Just I want you to read the slide.
High IQ is no guarantee of success in life. Rather, studies have shown that people with EI are more likely to be successful in both their personal and professional lives. The reason is that IQ helps you to solve problems, learn things, reason, and remember details. But with a high emotional intelligence, you are more self-aware and more in control of your emotion. You are also more empathic and positive. These are factors that have a greater impact on success than academic intelligence on hard skills.
Great, thank you so much. Why EQ is more important? Because IQ is not going to make you successful. आपने कई सारे ऐसे examples देखे होंगे. In like you all must have seen your relatives or friends who was a very, very bright student who has topped in the merit list, and हमेशा कभी भी देखा तो not below than 90%, but now doing nothing. देखे हैं नहीं देखे ऐसे examples? Have you all seen? But few students who are average, or I can say below average today, are successful and at a very good level, a very high level, they are entrepreneurs. And these who was scoring, I'm not telling it's a case with everyone, but you need to find a balance between IQ and EQ. IQ, one fundamental thing you should always keep in your mind, IQ is God gifted. I get many, I'm a practitioner basically, I'm a doctor also and a doctorate also, double doctor you can say. I get many patients, my PhD topic was behavioral modification. I get many parents, कुछ भी करो ये 60 से 90% तक आना चाहिए. So they'll give tonics, they'll give some brain tonics. I don't know, your parents must have tried on you all also during this thing. Brain tonics ले लो या ये खाओ, एग्ज़ाम के वक्त ये खा के जाना है, वो खा के जाना है तो अच्छी अच्छा ब्रेन काम करता है. It's all the myths. Science, psychology and all the test which we conduct for IQ says that IQ is God gifted. IQ cannot be changed. जो IQ आपका आज है, अगर मैंने चेक किया, and if I am going to perform the same test at the age of 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, the value will remain same. Okay, IQ yani is not your academics what you have learned. IQ is the capacity of your brain. Okay, आप कितना ब्रेन कितना काम कर सकता है ऑन इंटेलेक्चुअल लेवल. इट इज जस्ट योर इंटेलेक्चुअल पावर. बट EQ, okay, emotional quotient or emotional intelligence can be modified, can be changed, can be trained for the betterment of your life. Getting my point? It's very important. IQ चेंज नहीं हो सकता है. पेरेंट्स को जाके बोल देना कुछ भी टॉनिक खाएंगे, कुछ भी करेंगे, IQ will never change. Yeah, there are some obstacles due to which you are not able to study properly. There are some obstacles due to which you are not able to study properly. But after removing those obstacles or after treating those obstacles, आप पढ़ पाओगे. IQ आपको क्या लगता है कितना IQ होना चाहिए? कभी सुना है IQ कितना होता है नॉर्मल IQ? Next slide please. Yes, somebody answered it correctly, please. Yeah, the normal IQ is 100. Very good. And you know how many people, average कितना होता है? Average people have 100 IQ. कितने average है? More than 68% of people का IQ average range में होता है. 68% of people have average IQ. And if you have average IQ, you can do anything and everything in your life with the support of good, high emotional intelligence. ज़रूरत नहीं है बहुत high IQ होने की, but ज़रूरत है high emotional intelligence की, which we are going to learn. Somebody please read the slide. Anyone? Yeah.
What is emotion? It's strong feeling as anger, love, joy or fear, often accompanied by a physical reaction.
Okay, a simple this thing, just I wanted to tell you all what is emotion. There are so many emotions. आपको emotions बताने की ज़रूरत नहीं. Everybody into the social media, so you all know very well what is emotions. So it is just an expression which you show. Next. Yeah. Somebody please read the slide. Emotional intelligence. What is exact definition of emotional intelligence? Please someone. Anyone.
EI is an ability to identify and manage your emotion and those of others.
Yeah, please, thank you. It is an ability to identify and manage, okay? Identify and manage your emotions and of others' emotion. This is very important, I'll tell you. For a moment, just close your eyes. Everyone, just think for the last time when you all have really thought 10 times before saying something to someone which has affected the person. सामने वाले को आपने कभी कुछ बोला होगा तो वो सोच के बोला है या बिना सोच के बोला है. You just have to think. And my second question is, have you ever thought after your expression or after your reaction what that person must have felt? Okay, you all can open your eyes. हुआ है कभी ऐसे आपके साथ? Many times, no, unknowingly काफ़ी चीज़ें हो जाती है और फिर बाद में ऐसे लगता है नहीं, ये काश मैं ये नहीं बोलता या मैं ये नहीं बोलती, नहीं करना चाहिए था. Wrong. You feel, no, many times. But at that time, it's very difficult to control that emotion. Emotion ऐसे लगता है बहुत आसान है, but no, it's a crucial skill. We'll see. You know, emotional intelligence, you know, it's a balance. Brain and your heart. It's a balance between your brain and your heart. ऐसे नहीं है completely, you cannot think only what the brain says or you cannot work according to your brain. वो भी नहीं चलेगा, and you cannot always follow the instructions or the feelings coming from your heart. It's always a balance between your brain and your heart. Next. Yeah, we have emotional intelligence with 4 different quadrants. Next slide, please. Yeah, someone please. Self-management. Can someone read? Just 2 points, 2 small points to read. Anyone from this side also can participate.
Self-management. It's an ability to control your feelings and manage your emotions in healthy ways. Someone with strong self-management skills knows what to do and how to act in different situations.
Yeah. So, one more volunteer I would like to, anybody could answer this. Self-management. Self-management is, किसी के साथ कभी ऐसे हुआ है कुछ तो बोल दिया फिर बाद में बहुत ऐसे लगा नहीं ऐसे नहीं बोलना चाहिए था, या positively also I would have reacted in such and such way but I did not and the result was positive or the result was negative. Anybody can like just share your experience, because you know these are routine things which keeps on happening in our life. Yes.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
My name is Harshit Mishra. So recently it happened with me. Actually, Chirag is my friend and very close friend. And few days back, I just said something to him which is not good, and I felt that I said wrong to him. So next day we just met and said nothing has happened, so it's fine. So
You just solved this.
yes, ma'am.
तो चलो अभी और अच्छी फ्रेंडशिप हो गई है. He has like
Yes, ma'am.
regret हुआ है और सबके सामने हुआ है. Okay, now everything is fine. Very good. Someone who could like share their experience. ऐसे मैं I would have said this but I controlled my emotion. Anybody? नहीं होता है generally ऐसे, बहुत मुश्किल है. It has happened? Please, please. See, this is something he's felt. You know.
Ma'am, while I was working, there was one shipment, so it was got delayed. I want to scold my staff that why it was delayed, but I hold my emotions that if I told them, if I scold them, they feel bad about that. Like that, I hold my emotion, but I don't scold them.
तो like गलती किसकी थी?
उनकी थी मैम.
Okay, उनकी थी.
They have done mistake and there was delayed from their side.
Okay.
So I hold my emotion that I think that I don't want to scold them.
No need to scold.
No, I don't scold them, and I tell them that that's happened in while we work, but follow that it will not repeat next time.
Okay. Okay. You know, very good. Thank you for sharing this. One thing I would like to tell you all, you know, business emotions से नहीं होता है. High emotional intelligence के साथ होता है. Few things when we'll go deeply into this, you'll come to know why. Because you know, I am right now working with SME Chamber of India, where I am dealing with many women entrepreneurs, and we have many sessions with many successful entrepreneurs who are already doing their business. And one thing always keep in your mind, just because somebody is इमोशनल cannot be a successful businessman. Emotions को business में नहीं लाना है. Emotions is being emotional is not emotionally intelligent. हमेशा ये गलती हमसे हो जाती है. हमको लगता है being very soft with everyone, चलो चलो नहीं ठीक है, shipment नहीं आता है तो your business will like everybody will fool you. ऐसे भी नहीं चलेगा. If you are very strict with everyone, continuously firing everyone, वो भी नहीं चलेगा. You need to keep a balance. You know that is, and you know this is not a mathematics 2 + 2 = 4 ऐसा कोई उसको formula नहीं है जो apply करना है. Emotional intelligence is the thing which should be practiced in your daily life. So I don't know what you did after that, but you know proper training, proper management, क्यों shipment late हुआ, किसकी गलती थी, what action you have taken against, you know, reward and punishment method, कभी सुना है reward and punishment? That should also be there because it's a part of learning. It's a part of like it increases the credibility of the employees also. So being emotional in the business will never make you a successful businessman. Always keep this in your mind. तो वो पूरा इंसिडेंस तो अभी मुझे नहीं पता है. आई एम नॉट जजिंग यू बट आई एम जस्ट giving my opinion because you know dealing with so many entrepreneurs we keep on giving this suggestions. Few entrepreneurs know in this pandemic has affected them so badly and you know kabhi kabhi koi emotional if generally it happens. I don't want to point anyone but you know female staff agar hota hai to nahi sir aisa hai वैसा है रो के ये करके तो अगर तो रोज रोज अगर कोई female staff को तो that becomes the weapon. You know अगर रोता है तो चलो घर छोड़ दो इसको, चलो हाफ डे दे दो, हाँ नहीं ठीक है, ऐसे नहीं चलता है बिजनेस में. यू नीड टू बी इमोशनली इंटेलिजेंट, यू डोंट इमोशनल नहीं होना है. ओके नेक्स्ट. सो सेल्फ मैनेजमेंट इज द फर्स्ट एट्रीब्यूट ऑफ इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस. कैन एनीबडी एक्सप्लेन? दिस इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. सेल्फ अवेयरनेस. पिक्चर देख के आपको बहुत सारी चीजें पता चलेगी. Somebody read, only one line is there. Somebody from this side, please. You all can see the slides? Why don't you all shift here? Like it, if there's no issue, you all can sit here. Many. Okay, great. Yes. Please read the slide. Second attribute is self-awareness. Just read the line which is there.
Self-awareness.
Yeah.
When we are self-aware, we are able to recognize strengths and weaknesses.
Yes. Thank you so much. Anybody would like to add something into this? Yes, here. We have one more volunteer.
It really doesn't matter how people perceive us or how people see us. What matters is how we see ourselves.
Yes, very good. Anything else would you all like to add into this?
Self-awareness is more about SWOT analysis. What's our
Exactly.
strength,
Great.
weakness, opportunities and threats.
Yes, very good. Very good. Yes.
My name is Tushar, ma'am. Firstly, ma'am, like all of them have covered, some have said SWOT analysis, ma'am, but self-awareness is not just about being aware, like what are my strengths, what are my weakness. And like Poonam said, not giving a thought about what people say. We have to, ma'am, because ma'am, like you also said just a few minutes earlier, okay, ma'am, whatever we do affects people also. So we have to think that also. Self-awareness is not like just being aware, like I have this weakness, I have to work on that. No. But why I have? What impact does it has on me and also the others around me. That is also self-awareness, ma'am.
Exactly, exactly. A very nice point, I should say this, because when you react to the situation, it's going to impact someone. You need to think 10 times before saying something. You know why? Because it may affect negatively also, it may affect positively also. You need to handle the situation, you need to manage the situation. And especially when you are holding some higher positions, because all here our MBA students are going to work on a managerial level. Some of you all will become entrepreneurs. So when you are into business, when you are into higher positions, you need to think many times, because it is directly going to affect your team. You all are leaders. So, and one more thing is like you need to analyze yourselves also. There are many good qualities in yourself. Sometimes, आज आपको नहीं पता चलेगा at this student age. But gradually when you all will start working, when you all will get different opportunities, and one fine day you'll come to know this is my strength. I can do so and so thing so effectively, so nicely. And that may take you to a very high success. But you can do one thing, you can start analyzing yourself. So you can see the picture of a cat, but in the mirror what could you see? It's a lion. Every individual has some hidden qualities, has some hidden skills. You need to evolve it. कैसे evolve होगा ये? What you need to do is, yes, emotional intelligence, ऐसे कुछ, many lecturers, many speakers, many your professors, everybody will keep on telling you. But स्विमिंग के मैंने आपको काफ़ी लेक्चर्स दिए. आई विल टेल यू हाउ टू स्विम, ऐसे करना है, वैसे करना है. अनलेस डूइंग द प्रैक्टिकल विल यू एबल टू स्विम? नेवर. मैंने कार ड्राइविंग के काफ़ी आपको लेक्चर्स दिए, बताया कार चलाते वक्त यू नीड टू अप्लाई द क्लच, देन यू नीड टू ऑपरेट द गेयर, देन यू नीड टू लीव इट स्लोली, सेम टाइम यू नीड टू इंक्रीज द स्पीड. होगा? कार सीख जाओगे? साइकिलिंग नहीं होगा. यू नीड टू practice it. So जितने भी lectures, professors आए, जितने भी speakers आए, they will keep on telling you, but end is like you need to work on yourself, you need to analyze yourself, you need to practice it. So there are many, each and every person has some skill sets. You need to work on your skill sets, you need to recognize it, you need to study, you need to analyze yourself. I am good at what? And how this will happen? There are many ways. At the end I'll be telling you क्या करना है, कैसे करना है, and let us have the next slide. I'll be telling you. Yeah, social awareness. ये तो हो गया खुद के बारे में पहले. अभी now we are coming to social awareness. Somebody please read the slide.
The ability to take the perspective and need emphasize with others, including the...
Come forward, yeah, no issue.
Including those from diverse backgrounds and cultures. You have empathy. You can understand the emotions, needs and concerns of other people, pick up on emotional cues, feel comfortable socially.
Okay, now thank you so much. The previous two attributes were regarding yourself. Now this is the third attribute which speaks about social awareness. You all must have heard many times, be empathetic. Can anybody tell what is empathy? Yes? Yeah.
Ma'am, putting yourself in others' shoe and not judging them, but at least listening them out.
Repeat, I didn't get.
Putting yourself in other person's shoes, understanding them, and maybe not help, but at least listen to them.
Okay, good. Can somebody simplify it in a more better way, or would like to? Yeah.
Understanding other people's emotion.
Yes, very good. Understanding other people's emotion.
Feeling exactly the same way the sufferer is feeling. Exactly the same way you're empathizing with that person.
Yes, great, very good. Anybody would like to add something into this? Because I'm expecting some answer. If anybody is able to give it, very nice.
Simply putting, why and how a person is feeling that particular emotion.
Exactly. Why and how. Anything else? हो गया, done. Any example could you all give? चलो example के साथ बात करते हैं. It becomes more easier to understand. Some example of empathy. So many things you all see in your day-to-day life. Just think. Yeah.
Actually, one of my brother lost his mother 4 years ago, and at that time he was very sad. So I put myself into the position of his, and I was feeling how he is reacting, what kind of mental issue he is facing right now. So this is what example of empathy, and I try to understand how can I help him to overcome from this problem.
Exactly. This I wanted. Feeling आना या दूसरे के बारे में सोचना, I will try to put myself in that person's shoe and I will think about the situation is only sympathy. Empathy is after that what you do for that person is the complete reaction. Feeling आने के बाद फिर sympathy is like everybody will keep on sympathy, like sympathy तो हर कोई देगा आपको, every person in your life will come and give you sympathy. But empathy is after feeling what others are facing or what others are feeling in XYZ situation, that I should understand, and after coming to know the problems or the situation of some person, what am I going to do for that person is actually empathy, and which is social awareness. And this is the most important skill of emotional intelligence. You know why? Because again, when you're working on a higher positions, you need to know. इमोशनल होके बिजनेस नहीं होगा. जैसे लाइक उसने मिस्टेक की तो आई हैवंट सेड एनीथिंग, आई केप्ट माई सेल्फ मम. बट नो, आई नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड हु इज डूइंग, why they are doing that mistake, why it is happening. I should find out the reason, and after that I should take some action. Before saying something, before giving my reaction to someone, I should also think how it is going to affect the person. Every time your professors also must be telling you all about the rewards and punishment. Rewards should be given, also the punishment should be given, because this is a positive feedback to some situation. So social awareness tells you about the empathy. Again I'm repeating, feeling what others are feeling, you should try to understand, and after that you should take some action, okay, to help that person to come out from that situation. As he said, could you please, what help you did?
Firstly, I try make him to understand that it's a reality, you have to accept it, and if you feel sad for this this will eventually impact your future. You have to work hard and make her proud. That's the only way you can come out from this. And I also talk to him on a regular basis, because losing someone who is very close to us is not a very easy task to forget him.
Exactly.
That's
exactly. A simple example I'll give you. When you're traveling, when you're driving, okay, you see some stray dog or some animal who is injured, suppose. आपको देख के बहुत बुरा लगता है, कितना दर्द होता होगा उसको, बेचारा जानवर, कोई नहीं है उसके साथ, is only sympathy. नहीं, मैंने तो अंडरस्टैंड कर लिया ना सिचुएशन, उसको क्या हो रहा है, क्या दुख होता होगा, व्हाट तकलीफ ही इज हैविंग, व्हाट पेन ही इज गेटिंग, इज ओनली सिंपैथी. बट व्हेन I take some action, if I call some NGO and tell them about the situation that I have seen an animal who is injured, such and such place, please come and take care of it, or else I take the animal and उसको NGO के पास या किसी के पास who can take care of that animal, if I am doing this action, is showing empathy. Got difference between sympathy and empathy? Empathy is a complete action. Next attribute, the fourth important attribute is, please someone, relationship management, which is very important and which will make you really a successful leader if you have this. Someone. Anyone.
Relationship management. Relationship management is all about your interpersonal communication skills. It's all about your ability to get the best out of others, your ability to inspire and influence others, your ability to communicate and build bonds with them, your ability to help them change, grow, develop and resolve conflict. You know how to develop and maintain good relationships, communicate clearly, inspire and influence others, work well in a team and manage conflict.
Great. Anybody would like to explain this? Relationship management. See, forget about the profession. Relationship management is a part of your life, is a part of your family also. You all must have faced, no, relatives mein, ya friend circle, your social circles. Relationship management is there. Why everybody cannot become a leader? And why somebody is a very good leader? Because of this quality. Somebody would like to add something, some incident, some experience related to this. You have managed something in a very good way, which could have gone really worse. Yes? Nobody? Relationship management is not only with the organization, it starts from your family. Family में तो हम बस if you have your siblings, तो इसने क्या किया, उसने क्या किया, वो तो सिर्फ complain करने में ही जाते हैं. Not in management. Never? Yes.
Ma'am, I would like to add an insight on it.
Yes.
It's not about just family.
Yes.
I would give a live example. Like before the classes were online, we had a group of 5.
Okay.
I had a relation with all 5 of them, but internal it was not so. कभी किसी की लड़ाई, कभी किसी की लड़ाई, एक को मनाओ, दूसरे को मनाओ. But at the end of the day of the presentation, somehow or the other, एक को जाके मनाया किया, and like eventually our PPT was a bomb blasting PPT and we rocked in it. So
good. So these are the leadership qualities. You know why every time ये MBA में आप first day से यहाँ से pass out होने तक everybody will keep on telling you leadership quality, leadership quality, leadership quality. You know why? Because yes, it is very important. You need to become a leader. You know why you all are into this course? Why professional course? You know, one thing I'll tell you, it's a rule of a nature. Unless you are special, you won't be recognized. If you want to be recognized, you need to be special. Right? You need to have some special qualities. Only then you will be recognized in the society. और जो recognize नहीं होता, it's a nature of the rule. वो खत्म हो जाता है. यानी don't take it in a negative way, but it will, that person or that thing will never survive. You know, animals also, they always try to get some recognition. Think about your pets also, no? In the house, do they do something to get recognized? Do we do something to get recognized? Why you dress in a typical way? Why you behave in a typical way? Why you say something to someone in a typical way? Why? Because always that thought is in their mind. Whatever I am doing, whatever I am saying, whatever reactions I am giving, everybody should recognize me. Why you are into typical course? You need some recognition, no? Of course. For that you are doing some efforts. Okay? So relationship management starts from your family, at your social circle. And when you will come into the profession, it will work beautifully when you have high emotional intelligence with your employees, with your team members also. So you need to have very good relationship management skills. Okay? Anybody want to add some incidents into this? Yes.
So I think that till the time everybody is doing what you expect of them in a relationship, everything is fine. But I think it's very important to be able to express anger with someone. You
Yes.
you can't just blast like a volcano on them. Like suppose if a parent expects something out of a child, like you should probably score well in an exam, and they don't score well, I don't think it's right to say you're useless or you're dumb. And it's better to be able to express anger properly, that you try to tell them what you expect of them and why you expect it, and you should show them how you're feeling. Otherwise they will never understand why you're angry at them.
Great.
So yeah, I think that's important.
Great. I will tell you one story regarding this. You know, emotional intelligence is such an important topic which we have never learnt actually. You know, anger, how to express anger. Many times we have seen parents also bullying the children, boss bully their employees, you know, and many wrong things are happening. But why they do? Because of low emotional intelligence. We'll come to that slide, I'll be telling you. But before that, how certain things affect our life personally. I will tell you one of my patient's case. I was treating one patient who was around a retired military officer. The age was around 65 years, who came to me with the complaint of headache. So whenever at the starting some patient comes to me, my procedure is I go through a small case history, and after knowing it's only a mental disorder and not at the physical level, I admit the patient. Otherwise we will go for some physical test and blood test, and then only we can admit. So we were looking for all the reports, and whenever the patient, you know, India में तो psychologist के पास कोई जल्दी नहीं जाएगा. People will go to all doctors, and at last जब ये सब doctors बोलेंगे इसको कुछ नहीं हुआ है, all the reports are normal, फिर बाद में हाँ कुछ तो दिमाग में गड़बड़ होगा, then only they'll go to the psychologist. But in foreign countries, in the developed countries, I'll tell you, Western countries, any little small thing, जो भी हो, even when you admit the child to the school, there is pre-school counseling. Marriage के पहले होता है marriage pre-marital counseling. When the couple is expecting the baby, उसके पहले होता है pre-conceptional counseling. You know, there are so many different types of counseling. Sports में होता है, हर एक चीज़ में counseling होता है. और हमारे यहाँ अगर कोई psychologist के पास भी अरे पागल हो गया है, you know, still that taboo is there in our society. We should try to accept this. Yes, I am sad today. It's okay. If anybody could feel sad. Being a psychologist, sometimes even I have many ups and downs in my life. My friends, my relatives, अरे तू तो hypnotherapist है, इतना अच्छा तेरा feel. How could you become sad? Even I am a human being. I can become sad. It's an emotion. It can happen with anyone. So you should try to accept your emotions. And I will tell about that case first of all. वो आर्मी ऑफिसर थे, वो आ गए तो you know, after going to all doctors, फिर बाद में इतना बड़ा फाइल लेके I was like, my duty is like I will check all the reports कि this disorder is not at physical level, it's completely at the psychological level, because I treat all the psychological disorders. Okay, it's completely a drugless psychological therapy, virtual psychosurgery you can say. So I went through all the reports, सारे ECG किया था, then all brain scanning, MRI, CT, everything was normal. but still headache was there. There was no organic cause for that headache. Then I started taking the history. My procedure is whenever the patient comes, I start taking history. History लेते वक्त we have different phases. तो हमारा like my style of history taking is current complaints. Then we move on to the childhood. जब से आपको आपका बचपन याद है, keep telling me about your childhood. So he started telling. He was from a military background. His father was also a military officer. बच्चों अगर है यहाँ पे किसी के parents in military? Okay, this please don't take it personally. This is just I am sharing a case history. Okay, so you know profession also affects the people. You know where there are officers, sorry to say, but teachers and people who are working at very high positions are very dominating. तो इनके घर में बचपन में फादर वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट मिलिट्री ऑफिसर, जैसे जवानों को रूल्स वैसे ही घर में बच्चों के लिए रूल्स. खाना टाइम पे होना चाहिए, सोना टाइम पे चाहिए, पढ़ाई टाइम पे होनी चाहिए, एवरीथिंग. घर में मस्ती भी नहीं कर सकते, चलना भी वो लाइक लेफ्ट राइट मार्चिंग करते हुए. देयर वाज नो फ्रीडम, यू नो, बिकॉज कंटिन्यूसली दे लिव इन टू देयर प्रोफेशन. हर महीने के 30 तारीख को जाना है टू द बार्बर, बाल काट के आने हैं. जवान जैसे छोटे छोटे बाल होते बच्चों को भी वैसे ही रूल्स, सेम रूल्स फॉर द चिल्ड्रन. तो ही यूज टू गो एवरी 30th ऑफ मंथ टू द बार्बर एंड कट हिज हेयर. फादर यूज टू से बाल नहीं काटे तो सर दुखने लगेगा, जाओ पहिले बाल काट के आ जाओ. ते डोक्यावरती वाढवलं की सगळं ते डोकं जड होईल आणि डोकं दुखेल. गो कट योर हेयर. तो ही वॉज वेरी वेरी डिसिप्लिन्ड एंड वेरी ओबीडियंट चाइल्ड. जैसे पापा ने बोला है हर महीने के 30 तारीख को जाना है, बाल काट के आने हैं. बाद में ये लड़का अच्छे से लाइक आफ्टर टेकिंग एजुकेशन ही वेंट इन आर्मी, फिर बाद में ऑफिसर लेवल एंड एवरीथिंग, यू नो, एवरीथिंग वॉज हैपनिंग वेरी नाइसली इन हिज लाइफ, हिज करियर एंड ऑल. आफ्टरवर्ड्स व्हाट हैपेंड, ही बिकेम वेरी बिजी होने लगे मेजर साहब. हर एक महीने के 30 तारीख को तो बाल नहीं काट सकते थे. 30 के बाद जब भी वन डेट यूज टू कम ऑन द 1st ऑफ एवरी मंथ, आई एम गेटिंग हेडेक, व्हाट टू डू. सेकेंड को आई एम गेटिंग हेडेक, हाँ आई हैवंट कट माई हेयर, इट्स ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ दैट. ही यूज टू गो, जैसे ही वो सलून में जाएंगे टक करके आवाज़ सुनी, बार्बर ने हेयर कट किए, हाँ अब मुझे रिलैक्स लग रहा है. एवरी टाइम दिस यूज टू हैपन. सो बाद में क्या होने लगा, मेजर साहब इतने ज़्यादा बिजी होने लगे, एवरी 30 को बहुत मुश्किल होने लगा लाइक टू गो एंड कट हेयर. तो व्हाट ही यूज टू डू, इंस्टेड ऑफ 30, 25th को चलो बाल काट लेते. बाद में पता नहीं अगर बिजी हो जाऊंगा तो टाइम नहीं मिलेगा. यू नो द साइकिल फ्रॉम 30 days इट केम टू 1 week. इतना हेडेक होने लगा, हर हफ्ते जाके बाल काट के आने. अभी काटने के लिए उतने बाल तो होने चाहिए एट द एज ऑफ 64. तो करेंगे क्या. लेकिन जैसे ही वो सीजर्स का वो एटमॉस्फेयर में जाते थे, सीजर्स का आवाज़ सुनने के बाद मेजर साहब यूज टू फील relaxed, no headache. So you know, suggestions, when parents are giving the suggestions to their children, it directly goes at the subconscious mind. So whenever you are speaking, you know, we say हम जो भी बोलते हैं, you know, you should talk softly, you should think 10 times, because you know it's a very sharp weapon which can hurt someone very badly. फिजिकली हर्ट करोगे तो वो इतना नहीं लगेगा, लेकिन अगर वर्बली आप किसी को हर्ट करोगे तो उसका इंजरी इतना डीप हो सकता है विच विल अफेक्ट दैट पर्सन फॉर अ वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम एंड मे नॉट हील ऑल्सो इन इट. सो थिंक 10 times बिफोर यू यूज योर वर्ड. In fact 100 times I'll say. So then we came to know कि ये just because of that psychological thought which went in this officer's mind at his childhood is affecting at the age of 64. So suggestions या mind की power is so much. And you know, one more thing I would like to tell you all is mind doesn't have age. It's just like a hard disk. आप जो भी करते हो, जो भी सोचते हो, तो वो everything, each and everything from your childhood, from the day you are born, not even from the day you are born, the day when you were in your mother's womb, the day one, वहाँ से लेकर जो शुरू होता है माइंड का डेवलपमेंट, till you are sitting here, each and everything is noted at your subconscious mind, and mind doesn't have age. कभी कभी ऐसे, कभी किसी ने एक्सपीरियंस किया, ऐसे लगता है ये कोई इंसिडेंस इतना लाइक यू नो इज सो मच अफेक्टिंग टू यू, ऐसे लगता है जस्ट कल होके गया है, और जो कल खाना खाया वो भी याद नहीं रहता है. इट्स डिपेंड अपॉन द इंटेंसिटी ऑफ दैट incident, how it's going to affect your life. One more thing, each and everything is noted. जो भी आप सुनते हो, जो भी देखते हो, all your sensory organs, whatever they are, getting the response, okay? Each and every response, each and everything is noted at your mind, and mind is like a hard disk. It's just have the it's just like a storage. और वो कभी अफेक्ट होगा, कैसे होगा, वी डोंट नो. द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ आर्मी ऑफिसर वॉट आई हैव गिवन यू, उनको कभी ऐसे बचपन में लगा भी नहीं होगा कि ये शायद ये प्रॉब्लम मुझे कहीं एट द एज ऑफ 64 भी अफेक्ट करेगा. एंड दिस पर्सन वॉज हैविंग अ क्रॉनिक हेडेक सिंस लास्ट 25 years. 25 years he was taking medicine. I can show you the case papers also. I have video records of these histories. It affects so badly. So when you all are going to become leaders, you have to think. You need to have a very high emotional intelligence before speaking, before saying something to your employees. Only then you can become successful in your life. And you know, everything is going to be beneficial for you also. You need to become a role model for others. You need to change yourself. I always keep telling parents, IQ अच्छा चाहिए, ये खिला वो क्या. I say no. He is or she is your child. आपका जितना IQ होगा उतना ही बच्चे का होगा, and nothing is depending on IQ. You need to make your child emotionally strong. Before that, you need to become emotionally strong. Many times, you know, it's very sad to say this, but when I get patients, no, वो बच्चे को लेके आते, बच्चा बेचारा हर एक डॉक्टर के पास जाके एंड में एक साइकोलॉजिस्ट के पास आता है. एंड आफ्टर लुकिंग एट द केस, वी नीड टू टेल द पेरेंट्स काउंसलिंग की ज़रूरत बच्चे को नहीं बल्कि पेरेंट्स को है. You know, many times we face these problems. Okay, let's have the next slide. Yeah. Someone please. Yes.
EI is something which is fundamentally different. Being emotional doesn't mean you have high EI, because you just display your emotions freely without thinking about or knowing about.
Okay, so emotional intelligence is completely fundamental. I have told you, it's not like some formula or mathematics कि 2 + 2 4 होता है. Okay, it's completely different. And being emotional is not emotionally intelligent. Never take this, never mix up. Being emotional is having high emotion. मैं बहुत emotional हूँ. Generally girls का ये is the favorite statement, no? I'm very emotional. Many times when someone says, write something about you, the first sentence, I'm very emotional. Being emotional is not a good quality. Okay? Being emotional is not a good quality. Being emotional से ज़्यादा अच्छा है be empathetic. Try to understand emotion of yourselves also, others also, and then reactions. Okay? So it's just simple. Next. Yeah, this is very important. Somebody please can read. Yes, anyone. Signs of low emotional intelligence. Yeah.
Signs of lack in emotional intelligence. I am always right, unaware of others' feelings, insensitive towards others, blame others for their problems, poor coping skills, emotional outburst, struggle with relationships and breakups, loneliness, fear, insecurity, aggression.
Thank you. Could you all relate yourself somewhere? You all have faced these kinds of symptoms any time in your life? See, I'll tell you, the statistical data says the middle level management have a very high IQ. Unfortunately, the CEO has the emotional intelligence. The middle level management has a very high emotional intelligence, and CEO has a little bit lower comparatively emotional intelligence. Can anybody tell me why? When you achieve some success, when you are at certain level, the first sentence always, many times we have seen some entrepreneurs or leaders, or many times people who are working at certain positions. I am always correct. They're so stubborn, so stiff. I am always correct. मैं हमेशा सही हूँ. I cannot, my decision is always right. कभी face किया होगा ना ऐसे life में? You all must have seen such personalities who says I'm always correct. They're not ready to accept at all. Is the first sign of low emotional intelligence. Okay, and unaware of others' feeling, which we have discussed. Parwa nahi hai, you said something, but I didn't counter you. But sometimes मुझे किसी की परवाह नहीं. I can, but you have to think, because we live in a society. We need to think. When you are living in a society, you need to think of others also, but in a positive way, in a emotionally intelligent way. Okay, insensitive towards other. One more sign. Blame others. This is the very basic thing and a symptom which is always commonly seen in the students. Have you all faced this? Anybody? Many times ऐसे होता है, एग्जाम्स में अच्छे मार्क्स नहीं, अरे इसके वजह से पढ़ नहीं पाया, उसके वजह से पढ़ नहीं पाया, ये हुआ था. You keep on finding the reasons. So that is the very important sign of low emotional intelligence. Poor coping skill. Emotional outburst, we have discussed this. Emotional outburst, being very emotional, is not a good sign of emotional intelligence. Next. Yeah, someone. Anybody can read. We have time, or we are running out of time? We have time.
Emotional intelligence is a crucial skill. You need to work on competency skills and mapping. Example, exercise to burn out calorie. Example, while driving, need to put gear, operate the clutch, and look for the traffic simultaneously and manage so many things, but practice makes you perfect. Unconscious competence achieved.
Now here comes how to work on your emotional intelligence. At the starting also I've told you all, IQ is God gifted. IQ cannot be changed. Intelligence कभी change नहीं हो सकता है. IQ किसी का भी check कर सकते हैं हम लोग. Even if the person is illiterate, उसका भी IQ check कर सकते हैं. It's not on academic skills. It's the capacity of your brain, intellectual. Okay, it's intellectual measurement. And EI is, EI can be modified, can be changed, can be trained for the betterment of your life. But EI is not easy also. It's a very crucial part of your life. You need to understand. You all know what is competency? Can anybody please tell? Because many times, many people find this word difficult. Can anybody tell me the meaning of competency? Then we can move further. What is competency? Yes.
The skills we possess.
In
the skills we possess in ourselves.
Okay. Anybody else? You all can Google, no problem. Okay. Anybody else?
Eligibility
For
for performing certain tasks, that we are eligible for this task or not.
Okay, yes.
Our capabilities, what we are capable of. Like unconsciousness, competency, achieve means what are the things which you are capable of but we don't know.
Okay, we'll come to the point properly. See, as I told you, emotional intelligence should be trained. Now, how to train this emotional intelligence? First, you need to find out the skill sets. I will give you a best example. When you decide for weight loss or weight gain, anything, you have certain target, okay? You have certain target and you start working accordingly. And day by day, you achieve your target, okay? You achieve your goal, you achieve your target. So, daily you need to practice to achieve your target. Other example is driving a car, that also I'll explain you later. The important part is unconscious competency and how to achieve it. Next slide.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Ma'am, you have 15 minutes to wind up the session.
Okay. Okay, I'll wind up in 15 minutes. Sure. So, unconscious competency should be achieved. How to achieve this? It's a learning process. Here, how many of you all can drive a car? Almost everyone, right? Just remember the first day of your class. जब आपको नहीं पता था कार कैसे ड्राइव करनी है, it was very difficult, right? पहले तो पता ही नहीं था क्या करना है. That is unconscious incompetence. You don't know what are your competencies. You're just unconscious about everything, unaware. You don't know anything. That is the first level. Then you become conscious about your incompetence. That means कुछ करना चाहिए, awareness. You become aware of few things. That is the second stage. Then comes conscious competence. Consciously you do certain things. Learning. जैसे now just before some time I told you, before reaction you need to think. Shall I say this? Shall I behave in such way? Shall I use these words? Shall I react in such way? No, I need to modify myself. Consciously you need to think on it. So that is the learning phase. And after some days, all these things will be happening unconsciously. So that will be the stage of expertness, where you will be doing all these things unconsciously. So unconscious competence is achieved. That means you have become a master. Driving example is how to drive a car is a very best example. The first day, कितना सोचना पड़ता है? Everybody is driving automatic car, or you have used the manual one also? Okay. So manual one, you all must have just remember the first day. Gear डालना है, clutch operate करना है. Same time, कितनी बार ऐसी होगा गाड़ी एकदम बंद हो जाती है just because you have suddenly left the clutch. It was so difficult. And once now you have learned, you operate the clutch, you shift the gears, you are driving, same time you are listening to the music, same time you are having a good conversation with your friends or family who is sitting in the car. So Are you driving consciously? This competency level is at conscious level. Unconsciously these things are happening, but it's happening very skillfully. ऐसे नहीं है ना कि आपका ध्यान नहीं है तो कुछ ऐसे. You are aware of the situation, but because you have achieved the skill, it just happened unconsciously. So emotional intelligence should be practiced in such a way that it should become a routine thing. नहीं सोचना पड़ेगा अरे मैं ऐसे बिहेव करूँ या नहीं करूँ. It should be practiced in your daily life. So one day will come when unconsciously you will achieve your competency level. Okay? How to achieve EI? These are few just points which you can just, anybody could read. Very few simple hints or few points I would like to tell. Anybody can read. Yeah.
How to achieve EI? First, be the change you seek. Role model. Second, listen with your third ear. Third, stop brain hijacking. Fourth, know yourself. Fifth, identify your triggers. Sixth, take responsibility. Display EI to elevate your credibility. Leave judgment at the door. Boost your empathy. Recognize that building EI needs practice, practice, and practice.
Okay, that's it. So, one point which I have missed is here, almost we have discussed on all the points. Brain hijacking. Very important. किसी ने आज कुछ बोल दिया, same thing we keep on thinking. And on that same story, we give our reactions, we keep on reacting, and everything gets missed. And then the problems happen in the relationship management. It's not at this level, it's going to affect in your future life also. So be aware, think, judge, analyze, and then react. That's it. Anybody would like to ask some questions? We have done. Yeah.
Ma'am, in your last slide, there was a third ear. What's that? Third ear. Listening with the third ear.
Yeah.
Second point.
Would anybody like to explain this? It's a simple this. Yes. You need to concentrate with full concentration. Very good. Anything else would you like to? We have done. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this wonderful session. First of all, thank you for enlightening us with the fact that we suffer more in our imagination than in reality. That success never comes to those who try to fit in, but those who chose to be an outlier. And most importantly, that businesses don't run on emotions, but on emotional intelligence. I'm sure that from today we'll process what to speak, when to speak, and when to shut up. And it will help us in avoiding some of the pitfalls that possibly lie ahead. Thank you so much, students, for your patient listening, and we wish you all the best for all your future endeavors, ma'am. Thank you.